Hello. This is a project that begins with this collection of stories from northern Mexico. I recommend keeping an open mind, closing your eyes, and putting on your headphones. Thank you for listening. Let this be the beginning of the tales. The Witches of Icamol. In the heart of the Nuevo Leon Desert, along the dusty roads that connect Garcia and Icamol, stories rise with the wind, whispering to those who dare to listen. Locals speak of winged figures flying through the night sky, described as owls with glowing eyes. They are believed to be witches who have inhabited the region since ancient times. One of the most well-known legends is that of the former Hacienda de la Soledad, also known as the Hacienda of the Witches. It is said that dark rituals were performed there, and that their mournful cries can still be heard on the quietest of nights. Residents share stories of eerie encounters, describing how these witches transform into birds to spy on the unsuspecting. Some claim to have seen them wandering through the fields, while others say they've felt their presence while traveling the road. Despite some skepticism, the stories persist, and many avoid passing through the area after dark. The Witches of Icamol remain an essential part of the local folklore, reminding us that in some places, legends never die. Anonymous testimony. One night, we were driving home from party in the hills when my companion and I noticed what looked like balls of fire dancing in the distance. That was the only explanation we could find. When we pointed at them, it felt like the truck suddenly got heavy. It slowed down and started to fail, which didn't make sense because it was a new model and tuned for long trips. We looked at each other in fear and began to pray, but it didn't help. We heard deep, mocking laughter and banging on the roof. Eventually, the truck moved forward, and we made it to our destination, terrified, pale, and silent. The next morning, I checked the roof and couldn't believe it. It was scratched and dented. That day, I learned one thing: never point at a witch. The cursed cable car of Cerro de la Silla. In Monterrey, the Cerro de la Silla is an iconic symbol, but also the setting for one of the region's most chilling legends. In 1961, a cable car was inaugurated, promising panoramic views of the city. However, from the beginning, the project was plagued by tragedies and unexplained accidents. One of the most memorable incidents occurred shortly after its opening, when one of the cabins fell, killing several passengers. Despite investigations, no clear cause was ever determined. Over time, more technical failures and strange events led to the cable car's permanent closure in 1977. Since then, stories of ghostly apparitions in the area have emerged. It is said that on certain nights, a ghostly cabin appears, suspended in the air, moving uncontrollably before vanishing without a trace. Others claim to hear screams and cries coming from the mountain, especially near the old stations. Testimony of Eric N. One night, I decided to go camping with some friends in the area where the cable car once operated on Cerro de la Silla. Everything was fine until nightfall. In the stillness of the mountain, we began to hear strange sounds, like someone walking on the rocks, with heavy footsteps, similar to the sound of work boots or shoes. At first, we thought it might be an animal, but then we heard knocks, as if someone were hammering the rock. The most unsettling part was the whispers, at first distant, almost imperceptible, but then so close it felt like someone was just a few meters away from our tent. Nobody dared to step outside. By dawn, we found no tracks or signs that anyone else had been there. That night, I understood why so many people say that area is marked by what happened. Although the cable car is no longer in operation, the legend lives on, and many believe that Cerro de la Silla hides dark secrets that may never be fully uncovered.